Welcome to Chicago's Southland. Recognizing that many housing and community development issues span municipal borders, the South Suburban Mayors and Managers Association has formed the Chicago Southland Housing and Community Development Collaborative, also known as just the Collaborative, as part of SSMMA.
The South Suburban Housing Collaborative, we started back in about 2009, I believe it was. You know, historically, the southern suburbs, many of our communities have had higher foreclosure rates than many communities in the Chicago region and even other parts of the country. We called a meeting of all of our communities and we had a huge turnout. We probably had 30 communities and 75 people with the help of the Metropolitan Planning Council and the Metropolitan Mayor's Caucus helped us convene the meeting. And I think very quickly the communities decided that this was not an issue that could be taken on by individual communities. We had to collaborate.
The Collaborative works to address the shared housing market that spans Chicago's South Suburbs. Its goals, through outreach, advocacy, program development, and education, are to facilitate progress, create investment opportunities, and to forge partnerships with stakeholders to strengthen communities.
When the Brookings Institution issued its report a few years ago on suburban poverty, Confronting Suburban Poverty in America was the title of the book. That was the study that was done by two researchers. And when they were listing examples of what can be done in regions to address regional problems, two of the programs that we have in the South Suburbs were listed as examples, good examples of what can be done, the Housing Consortium being one of them. So in Park Forest, we have seen numerous benefits come to us. It was because of the consortium that we ended up developing the South Suburban Land Bank and Development Authority. That has brought additional benefits in addressing housing issues with foreclosures and abandonments and things of that sort, relieving some of the burdens, the heavy tax burdens that kept investors from wanting to come in and look at those properties or kept individuals from wanting to purchase them as single-family homes. And through the efforts of the consortium, we have established a method for addressing that kind of a problem.
The Housing Collaborative has been a very valuable partner in working with the land bank and ultimately working with municipalities. There's a lot of legwork that's required when we research parcels, identifying the owners, identifying the tax situation. Many times we find that there are multiple years of taxes that have not been paid on the property. This is a negative from a developer's point of view, because when you have multiple tax buyers, you have multiple people that you have to deal with and able to present clear title. So the collaborative has been very beneficial in researching that. For the land bank, we've worked with the collaborative on a residential component where the land bank has acquired numerous single-family residences that we are able to turn around, put on the market. One of the initiatives that has been very positive is through these efforts, we're able to maintain property values. It's very important for municipalities that in neighborhoods, as these distressed properties are sold and rehabbed and put back on the market, that we're maintaining property values, because what we're doing when we're selling these properties is we're creating comparables. And we've worked very closely to ensure that we are maintaining adequate comparables in the market, and that's helping to restore values in our community.
Through transit-oriented development, also known as TOD, residents of Southland communities are poised for improved access to jobs, shorter commutes, and lower transportation costs. The Collaborative is also excited to bring the South Suburban Community Development Loan Fund to our communities. The Loan Fund is currently a $6 million and growing fund offering two products of finance, pre-development, and acquisition strategies within 1/2 mile of metro stations. We're also happy to provide $50,000 for communities that are not yet ready for pre-development but are poised for pre-development in the near future.
The Village of Olympia Fields does not have a downtown area. It does not have a place per se other than our parks where people can come and they can meet their neighbors and they can have the opportunity to appreciate the beauty of the region and the beauty of the area, but also for it to be a valuable asset to them in terms of their ability to get to work, their ability to be in close proximity to the train station. And so, of course, that $50,000 really did assist us in really making a beautiful vision for our residents to enjoy, and certainly something that was important to the residents and to the community. I encourage everyone to join the collaborative because in the Southland, we must be unified, we must be cooperative, we must work together in order to make this the best region that it possibly can. And we have the ability to do that, but we absolutely must work together. And so the collaborative is the one way in which we can do that.
There's always a need for collaboration in anything that we do. We have found that by working together, we can increase our capacity, we can spread the word more about the things that we need to do, and being able to have a housing collaborative gives us a very unique opportunity to talk about some of the challenges as well as some of the successes that the South Suburbs has as it relates to housing. In all of our municipalities, you know, everybody is dealing with a variety of things, but we recognize that when we're able to firm up, when we're able to secure our housing stock, those are the kinds of things that help our communities grow. Those are the things that help our communities prosper. I mean, it improves economic development when our housing stock is solid. Businesses are looking for places where there are occupied rooftops. They're looking for places where there are significant traffic counts. So when we firm up our housing, that's a benefit that we have across the board in any and everything that we want to do. To have a housing collaborative is just fantastic for us to have here in the South Suburbs. Folks that work in the Housing Collaborative are working hard every day and coming up with very creative and innovative ways to make sure that we can keep our housing strong, so that we can keep our communities strong, and that we can keep our communities vibrant.
The collaborative is proud to partner with many regional agencies, including the Metropolitan Mayor's Caucus, Metropolitan Planning Council, Enterprise Community Partners, and the South Suburban Land Bank and Development Authority.
I would strongly encourage you to consider joining us in the Housing Collaborative with the effort. It's a no-cost endeavor for your municipality that makes it very attractive. We have an extremely dedicated staff that's willing to work with us on all of the things as it relates to housing in our region. This is my personal plea to you. If you're not involved in our organization, please consider doing so. Sending a representative. There's some tremendous information that we have available that you can bring back to your community that will enhance the quality of life in your community.